with your palate cleansers. Show me what you got.
Okay, welcome in everybody to a brand new episode of Audionots, your pop culture palate cleanser. I am Eric Oldboy, online with the Scarlet Wren, bringing his magic to the podcast. What's going on, my man? How you living?
What I do. Living good, man. Trying to make some money off
Making that money?
Trying, man. I think I'm just losing money now.
Tell us, how are you losing your money?
Well, technically, I'm not really losing money in my stocks because they're just there.
Yeah.
But since they're going down, it's been so red lately that it looks like you're losing money. But
yeah, I saw that said that the stock market was crashing, was trending on Twitter, and everybody's like, "Come on, it's only like a few percentage points."
Yeah, it's because like there's a lot of newcomers like me and myself,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of people like me, where it's our first time, getting our toes wet,
Mm-hmm.
and we see this drastic drop. Whoa, it's crashing!
Get out, sell,
panic sell. Let's go.
I think that's just part of it, right? You gotta ride the waves, the ups, the downs, everything that's good, everything that's bad.
Yeah. So I heard you got your mom into it, right?
Well, she says she's interested, and I'm ready to go. She said that she was gonna invest. I sent her my link, so we'll each get our free stocks.
Yeah.
So then she asked me which stock she should choose, and I said, "Don't ask me. I'm probably give terrible advice."
And like I said, we're not your financial advisor.
No.
Yeah.
No, not at all. Not at all.
You should choose one though. Pick one that said this is the one, and then she'll get it and see what happens with it.
Yeah, but what if it's not the one, and that's the only one I said? I'm like, oh, there's so much pressure.
Then sell low.
I'll have to actually do some research. I've always just randomly chose things and did a little research, 5 minutes of research. I'm like, I'm sold. And but when I'm giving someone else advice, I feel like I really need to actually understand it and look, more carefully at it and make sure I'm choosing the right thing.
Just have her buy one stock of Tesla.
Or she's just yeah, it'd be interesting to see maybe just invest in a couple things, because I have, my portfolio is just way too diverse. I got too much stuff. I need to focus in a little bit, and I think that would help me too.
Yeah, it's funny because you watch a lot of people give advice. They're like, you need to diversify your portfolio, but then that's only for people with money.
Yeah. So if you only invest a little bit of money and then you spread it all out, it's not doing you any good. So, yeah. But yeah, if you have a ton of money, yeah, absolutely, you should have a diverse portfolio.
I have about 20 stocks, and I got partial shares in all of them.
Don't actually own any whole shares.
Yeah,
that's so funny.
Yeah, because I think EV is going down right now. Have her buy Tesla and let her ride back up to 1,000 or something.
Yeah, now's the time though. Like Rin said, we're not giving financial advice, but because the market is in a dip, now is the time to throw some money at it, because you can because the tech. Rin was telling me offline that they're having issues supplying graphics cards and different kind of computer cards and things like that. And so all these companies that require those are slowing down and having issues. So right now is the time to invest in tech companies while they're down, and then hopefully you get to ride them back up. But you have to watch the dip. Are you at the dip? Is the dip going to go way further? Can you handle it if it goes further? So only invest money that you're willing to let ride for a while. Yeah. And, possibly lose.
I think that's my mindset. I'm only investing money that I could afford to lose, because you never know what's going to happen. So
yeah, it's kind of like when I go to Vegas. If you're oh, I hate going to lose. I'm I only bring money that I'm willing to lose.
Yeah.
Because you'd be so sad if it was money you need to go home and buy groceries. That'd be terrible. Don't do that.
Yeah, make sure you have money to pay all your bills. Yeah, your family.
Yeah. Don't risk your livelihood, on this. Yeah. You gotta be smart about it. Smart decisions.
I'm gonna put all my 401k in this one stock.
People do that. Crazy people do crazy things. So don't be a crazy person, I guess, is the advice.
Yeah, you just gotta make sure you gotta know what kind of investor you are. If your mom wants to do it long term, or she wants to like just kind of play around here and there,
Yeah, I
day
think
trade.
yeah, I think she wants to play around and day trade a little bit. So, because she's older, so she has real investments other places. So this is more like fun time.
Right. Then she need to get on Reddit,
Oh,
get that meme stock, baby.
those memes, get those meme stocks, your GameStops and your AMC's and your Blackberries.
Yeah, those are kind of dangerous, man, because you never
Oh,
know.
big time. Yeah, big time. What about NBA Top Shot? You still playing NBA Top Shot? Anything good?
Oh yeah, I finally got. Well, when we first talked about it last week,
Mhm.
We were gonna buy a pack that's gonna release on the Friday,
Correct. Yeah.
and I didn't get in.
I did not get in either.
There's too many people, dude.
But tell them the good news.
Yeah, so they released another one saying that if you log in at this time, you could get in line for pre-order.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And it was pretty much everybody. So it was kind of cool. They realized they number one, they identified that they're having a bot issue, just like everything else in the world. And they think they got rid of all the bots, and they realized they had people with multiple accounts. And so they made a very strict rule. If they catch you with multiple accounts, you lose both accounts. And so they made people consolidate. They got rid of the bots, and they got down to just a few 100,000 people. So it wasn't like as many as it was before. And they basically said, hey, if you log in, it was last Saturday. On this Saturday, you're gonna get one if you're able to hang in there. And it took a while. I was out shopping with my family, and it took hours for it to like process, because I was like number like 60,000 or something, and I had to wait until I moved all the way through it. And then even when I got to like the payment thing took like 15 minutes. I thought, oh crap, I waited all this time, it's not gonna work. And then finally it clicked, and I did it, and I got one. So we pre-ordered them, and we're supposed to get them probably here in another week.
Yeah, it's kind of like them saying, sorry for the trouble. Here's our pack. It should have been free for us, because all the issues, but
yeah. And like you've said a million times, and like the people who like it, like you and I and some of these other folks, we're total apologists for this company because they're beta testing. But holy smokes, I mean, it's almost like you can set your watch by it. They say, hey, we're gonna have a drop at 9 a.m. and then about 8 a.m. they send out the next message. Oh, sorry guys, we had to postpone this drop. I mean, that literally happened today.
Yeah, 5 o'clock, man. And they're like, nope, it's gonna come out tomorrow. But tomorrow they said there's gonna have a drop too. It's like,
yeah, they already had one planned. Does that mean there's a third one coming in later? Because there's supposed to be one tonight, one tomorrow morning, and one tomorrow night. Do we just lose a drop now and we only get the 2 tomorrow, or what's going on here?
Or is it gonna be like double the amount tomorrow?
Yeah, hopefully. I'm really hoping that you and I will have luck again, and we'll each get another pack or two. So fingers crossed. I mean, but it's like it would almost be more unexpected if it just worked the way it's supposed to.
Yeah, I think we want this pack because it's the All-Star one. So
yeah,
NBA All-Star is happening.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I did see that they updated right after they said they couldn't do any more drops, they updated their page. And I saw that they have a legendary pack that goes for $999. I'm like, holy crap, I'll never be able to buy that.
Wait, you could buy that?
Yeah, it was, well, you couldn't buy it right now, but they changed their front page so it showed the types of packs that they offer, and it showed the first pack was the $9 pack like you and I bought, and then the next pack was like that kind of middle pack, and then the pack after that was like $999. I'm like, wow, that's quite the jump.
Well, it's kind of like if you get that, you're guarantee a legendary card.
Yeah, and then I suppose, and we see legendary cards going for like $100,000. So what's $1,000 to turn to $100,000? But do you really know that that's going to happen for you? And like nobody knows. It's all a risk.
Yeah, for me, I really want to like tell my wife like, "Hey, I'm ready to buy a house." Where'd you get that money? I sold a LeBron James.
Well, that's what we were literally just downstairs, and I was talking to my wife, and she's like, "Oh yeah, we need to start saving up for because we want a Toyota Tacoma." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." I go, "Don't worry about it. I'm gonna buy it with my Top Shot money." She goes, "Okay, I believe in you." I go, "You don't really believe in me." She goes, "No, I do. I do believe in you." I'm like, "You're such a liar."
Sure, she'll believe it when it happens.
Yeah, she'll believe it when she sees it, which is probably the right attitude.
Well, hopefully tomorrow we get a pack and be like, oh,
We'll
LeBron
see.
James.
We'll see. And they may postpone it. Honestly, I'm gonna invite Top Shot, NBA Top Shot, to my funeral so they can let me down one last time. Because it's like, come on, guys, this is so ridiculous.
Well, they'll say that they're gonna come and then flake out in the last minute.
I know. And they always wait until like 45 minutes and we're all like already geeked up on the internet about it. They definitely believe that all PR is good PR. They're not worried about bad press.
In the end of the day, man, they're still getting like people talking about it. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, we just spent 5 minutes on it.
But I think your car is more realistic than my house.
Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe a car and a home down payment are about the same. So,
Right. But I want to pay off my house, man.
You just want to buy the house outright.
Yeah.
Well, it's either gonna have to be a really cheap house or you're gonna have to like set a record with your NBA Top Shots.
Either way, get in a house with this money.
Yeah. All right. I believe in you because if you can do it, I can do it. So we're gonna do it for sure.
And hopefully, like when we announced this last week, people like were able to sign up.
Yeah. I mean, they were saying because when they cleaned out the bots and the dupe accounts that they were down to like 200,000. So they gave out 240,000 packs, I think, on that like pre-order sale. So hopefully that means that they'll do something similar. I've heard some guys say that between these 3 drops that were supposed to be happening, there was about 260,000 packs happening, which means if someone's listening right now and tried tomorrow, they have a decent shot at getting one.
Well, hopefully they sign up before they're listening to this podcast because they're having issues with signups.
Well, I think that part of it too is that they kill the signups to stop people from just flooding it because that throws them way off because they really are still in beta and it gives them issues. And so, yeah, I think they just turn it off. So, yeah, maybe there will be an opportunity sometime between, now and whenever to sign back up. But you really if you decided you want to do Top Shots, guys, sign up before the drops are talked about, right? So sign up for it right away. You want to deposit your money right away because I've seen some people say, well, you can buy with your credit card, but everybody's like, oh, it never works. It always crashes. So you're going to want to buy your Dapper Bitcoin stuff first, your cryptocurrency, and you got to have it all ready to go. And you hurry up and wait. So you finally get in line, you get in the queue. And if you happen to be within the magic number on the queue, then you get to get it. But you got to have everything all your ducks in order so you can buy it.
All right, man. Well, good luck to you tomorrow.
Yeah. Good luck. When I get my Top Shot money, I'm gonna buy the rest of the suit for everybody watching on the YouTubes. I'm showing off my son, Boy Danger's Iron Man helmet. Isn't that cool?
That's pretty dope.
Yeah,
and very detailed too.
Yeah, look at it. It's super cool. We got this from Etsy artist in Mexico. He's really talented. It opens up. Have you ever even seen it?
No, it's my first time seeing it.
Yeah, so you shoove your head in here. My head's a little too big, but his head fits in here, and so yeah, I mean it's pretty sweet.
So when you decide to buy it, did you give him like the measurements of his head?
No, they didn't even ask for that. It's more of an art piece than anything. So while you can shove it on your head, I think it's just meant like we have it just to live on a shelf.
It fits, right?
Yeah. So. Because I try to stick it on my head, but because of how much money it costs, I was afraid that I would break it. Like I imagine just like be able to jam it over my dome, and then not be able to get it off and have to like Hulk out of it.
You're gonna be like a Joey with the turkey.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on to the healthy stream. Obviously, we're getting super close to the last WandaVision.
Night, baby.
Yeah, tonight. So everybody who's listening, the last WandaVision will be out. You will have seen it. You will know all the spoilers and whatnot. So we're gonna review episode number 8 before we talk about number 9 because we haven't even seen number 9 yet when this is recorded.
That is correct.
So what did you think about 8? Did you like the build up to 8? Did you like what happened in 8? They kind of went back and they gave us a here's what's happened. Here's why Wanda's like she is, and they kind of gave us like. You pointed out a Jiminy Cricket look at her life.
Oh yeah, for reals. After this episode, I felt like this whole series was a Wanda pilot. Basically, they tell you what happened to her and how the Mind Stone and all that stuff that we didn't really see from Age of Ultron.
Yeah, we learned a lot about how she got her powers, like maybe she had powers and how they amplified her powers. And it was,
Yeah.
I thought it was super cool. And I'm almost hoping because of how they've done it that we get more of these where they give us more detail on our heroes.
Yeah, so they revealed that she had power before, because when we watched Age of Ultron, we just thought that they were made, right?
Yes.
And that now we learned that when she was small, she used her, powers to stop the bomb. That's why they didn't die.
Yeah. So I'm asking, I want to ask you this. She's a witch. We know this, right? But in the Marvel universe, would witches be mutants? Now that the MCU is able to have mutants, and Scarlet Witch is always kind of in my mind was one of the mutants. By them saying that she wasn't made, are they basically saying, yeah, she's a mutant?
Yeah, because she was born with it, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Born.
I think whoever has power is a mutant, right? That's how I always thought.
Yeah, if you're not made, you're a mutant, right? And so, but you go back and you look at a lot of the MCU characters, they're not mutants because Tony Stark, he made his outfit. Captain America, they use a super soldier serum,
Yeah, they never call him
gamma rays.
Yeah.
Thor came from a freaking world. He's an alien. He's not a mutant.
He's a god, man.
Yeah. And so like you really start to look at the characters and they did pretty good at nobody being mutants. Spider-Man, not a mutant, got bit by a radioactive spider. And so, yeah, you're right. To me, to be a mutant, you have to be born with the power.
Yeah, and they showed that in the show.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, the Mind Stone just amplified her power too, because it's kind of like you're the chosen one, sort of thing.
Yeah. So heavy spoilers, but yeah, when Harkness was like kind of like following around trying to figure out how she got to, she finally revealed she was there because she was drawn to what was happening because she's a witch as well. And she gets there and she's like, I got to see how this happens. So she uses her magic to kind of go through how Wanda became Wanda. And at the end, we get you're the Scarlet Witch. Like, it's like this amazing thing that even she thought was just a rumor.
Yeah, I thought Agnes.
Yes.
Her character was like grown on me. Like, I really like how she portrays her character.
I like it too, because she's kind of snarky. And she's like just kind of like clapping, like, look what you've done. And you can't, I still honestly, I'm not sure. Maybe she is, but I'm still not sure she's 100% a bad guy. I think that she's a witch because we see her at the beginning. The witches turn on her and she keeps trying to explain to them, no, I can be good just because I've gotten powerful and I've done these things. But they force her into hurting them. And it's almost like everything she does that is bad is because she has to.
Right. And I think she only got drawn to Wanda is because she sensed like how powerful this being is.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of like out of curiosity, like how, like I trained all my life to get this strong, and how are you just naturally strong?
Right. Yeah. You don't even have to practice. It's kind of like Rey in Star Wars. Luke Skywalker had practice forever, and Rey just rolls in and she's force tricking people.
I know.
It's the same thing. Yeah. So yeah, we learned that Wanda is just like crazy OP, and it almost felt like even though she had the twins on like purple leashes, it still feels almost to me. Maybe I'm completely off base, but like she's worried about what Wanda's going to do because of her powers. She's almost in her own way trying to protect people from her.
Right.
But she's like an anti-hero. She's not afraid to do a little bit of bad for the overall good, maybe, but I don't know that for sure.
Yeah, because for example, if you look at like Superman, for example, right? If like we all know that if he turns bad, it's in the world because he's basically a god, So maybe Agatha knows how powerful Scarlet Witch is, so she's kind of like, you need to like be good the whole time because I know your past.
Yeah, she needs to come in and figure out what the hell's going on because she realizes how dangerous she can be, and maybe she's the only one other than the government who thinks everybody's dangerous. Understands how dangerous she can be because it's like her own power is amplified 10 times over with Wanda, and she's like, hold on, we need to make sure, because she never once said I want to take your powers or anything like that. So it wasn't like that kind of an attack. Yeah,
she was just trying to figure it out, like how the whole time.
Yeah, she even admitted that she hung out for a long time trying to play nice to see, and finally she realized that she had to get aggressive with her because Wanda was expanding her area of her magic.
Yeah, like stop it.
Yeah, like it was literally like a smack to the face, kind of like slap her out of it, like wake up, you idiot.
I think one theory I heard was like you would imagine that in the MCU was developing this already before they got X-Men, right?
Yeah.
that they were doing this to be comparable to their own Dark Phoenix in their series.
You know, I've never seen the Dark Phoenix movie. Is it any good?
Oh, it's terrible.
It's on HBO Max, but I've just never watched it.
Yeah, it's one of those movies where after you watch it, you just become angry. You're like, what the crap is this, man?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So what's your predictions? There's only one episode left. We've kind of seen where everything's at. Do you have any predictions on the outcomes? If there's going to be any more guest stars or characters we weren't expecting? Because I did see that the creator of the show said a lot of people are going to be disappointed because they're over anticipating at this point.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be a segue to Doctor Strange, and it's gonna like leave you on this really, really big cliffhanger because you have all these theories building up, and at the end, it's just a cliffhanger for a bigger universe.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I think that you're right. I think that it's a gateway to the next thing. So they're gonna kind of lead us into the multiverse of madness. I hope.
Yeah, because that's going to be the disappointment because we want more, but we can't. We have to wait. And that's the disappointment of it.
That's what Marvel's super good at, right? They get you intrigued and they get you like involved and you're so like into it that they're like, nope, now you got to wait. Now you have to pay us money to see the next thing.
Yeah.
And it's smart. I mean, it's good marketing.
Yeah, because like Wanda basically gives you all sorts of like theories and opens up all these storylines, right?
Yeah.
And then it's gonna end to where it's gonna leave you hanging, and then Winter Soldier pops up with Falcon, and that's like completely different to where you're like, oh, what's happening over here? I don't want to see this yet,
Right. Yep. So who do you think is going to be? Do you think there's going to be anybody else in it? Do you think it's Doctor Strange? Do you think the big reveal is just them finally saying this is in fact the X-Men Quicksilver or Mephisto? I feel like it's too late for that, but maybe it's Mephisto. I don't know.
Yeah, I think since we knew that Evan Peters was hired for the show, right?
Yeah.
We knew that he was cast. And this one, we know that it's going to tie it into Doctor Strange. It's going to be just super obvious. Like, look, it's Doctor Strange.
I'm sticking to my guns that it is in fact Doctor Strange and that it'll be at the very end. Like it takes away from Wanda if she can't kind of solve this on her own. So I think whatever fight battle that may happen in the next episode, it'll be Wanda doing it. She's not going to need help to do it. And it might be her. And like we've said before, it actually might be her and Agatha versus Photon and White Vision, or it might be her. And, there's going to be some teams within the characters we've already seen. And then Doctor Strange will show up at the very end once it's all kind of said and done and be like, you need to come with me. There's still more to do. That kind of thing.
Right. I think, like I said before, this whole show is a pilot for Wanda.
Yeah.
And also a way to like get Vision back into the MCU.
Yeah. We're going to get the more serious White Vision now, which is kind of cool too.
Yeah. So we're going to get that. And like I said, they're going to like team up, battle each other. And there has to be like, maybe it's going to be the main villain from Doctor Strange that's going to come in. And then Doctor Strange comes in and be like, oh, hey guys. And then it
Tag
ends,
team, let's go.
And it ends. You're like, oh no.
Yeah, no, I can't wait. I cannot wait. So are you staying up till midnight to watch it?
No, the first time I did, I was kind of like half awake watching it.
Yeah.
And I didn't really enjoy it as much as I would have. And then the second attempt, I didn't even make it.
No, I never even tried. I don't think I could probably like suffer till midnight to watch it, but I think you're right. I would be like half asleep, not be able to see what was going on, not be able to interpret it the way I want to.
Yeah, so I'm gonna mute my my chat group so my buddy won't spoil it for me.
Right.
And just stay off Twitter.
Yeah, that's a trick. You gotta stay the hell away from Twitter.
Yeah.
I did see a piece of news come out today that from a website called Illuminerdi. Do you ever visit Illuminerdi? I never even heard of it before, but I'm like, God, that's a good name.
It's a good name. I dig it. When you chuckle with the name, it's like, that's a good one.
Yeah, Illuminerdi is apparently a pretty big outfit, and they said that Marvel has started developing an X-Men movie, and they're just calling it The Mutants, which I thought was kind of interesting. And I'm almost wondering if The Mutants is just the working title until it's like eventually called something else, or if it's going to be called X-Men, The Mutants,
No, we're too woke, dude. You can't call it X-Men anymore. Because you remember in Deadpool, they're like, oh, oh, an ex-woman or something. Remember he called that out?
X people.
Yeah, ex-people.
Yeah, you're right. So yeah, the mutants supposedly is the very first stages of development, which is fantastic if true. I don't know, but I would love that.
I mean, for me, if they get the same actors from the movies, the new ones from Fox, I
Yeah.
wouldn't mind it. Because like that dude from Ready Player One is Cyclops. I kind of like that.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I'd be okay if they did like a hybrid, like also there's this kind of weird mishmash and they just picked the actors that they liked and, jettison the sucky ones.
Yeah. Like for me, I think the one problem with all the X-Men movie was the timeline, right? We got young Magneto,
Yeah.
young Professor X, and then everybody else is like still like teenage. They need to stick to like a time frame where like this is present day, Cyclops an adult, like make them
Yeah,
all adults,
they almost twisted themselves up by doing that, by
Yeah.
having the young and the old kind of intermix at a certain point.
If I was them, I would just keep Professor X and them old and not like get because like McAvoy, he's a good actor.
Agreed.
Fassbender.
Fassbender is awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, both Magnetos have been great, but I would like them to bring back Fassbender.
Yeah. So if they just keep them, and then who cares about the age gap? Just make them the characters. Like,
Oh, I agree. If they could somehow get Wolverine back just for like one thing and then kill him off again, I mean, they've killed the Vision like 18 times.
I still think it's gonna be in Wanda, man.
You think that Wolverine's gonna be in Wanda?
Yeah, the cameo. That was my guess from the beginning.
Okay.
I got one episode left.
That'd be huge. Can't even imagine. It'll probably be like Deadpool during the credits.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, I'm still rated R. That kind of thing.
It's like it's gonna be huge, Jackman.
Huge Jackman. Also over on Disney Plus, they released a new trailer for a movie they have coming out called Luca. And I was thinking that it looks almost like they're like mermen or mermans or something. You're saying they're more than mermen, they're like fish guys.
They look like sea creatures, sea monkeys,
Yeah,
Because
could you even tell what the plot was? Like, so it's like it starts off just looking like it's a couple kids like enjoying living by the ocean, and
yeah,
it's like you're not really certain what the plot is. Maybe it's a coming of age type story, and then halfway through you realize that when they go into the water, they turn into like fish guys.
yeah.
And when they come back out, they're normal, and they have to kind of like hide their identity.
It's kind of like if Ariel was able to walk, on land and water.
Right.
That's what she would do. Sort of.
They're almost like colorful swamp things, like little kid swamp things.
We call them like baby Shape of Water or something.
Yeah, it's like the Disney-ified version of Shape of Water.
Yeah,
that's funny. Yeah, it looks cute though. It looks like it's got really good animation. It's obviously made by Pixar.
Yeah.
They said that the main writer was like the Coco writer, which is a fantastic movie. So I don't know. Everybody should go watch the trailer for Luca because it does look pretty good. I'm sure it's gonna be great. If the theater experience isn't back to full normal, we'll probably be able to buy it for like $30.
I think I haven't been disappointed by a Pixar movie.
I have. Cars 2, I didn't like.
Oh, well, I mean, excluding sequels.
Okay. I got another one. Inside Out.
Is that the one with the feelings?
Yeah.
Oh.
That one was not my favorite.
A
lot of people like that movie. A lot of people like that movie.
I think I enjoy that one.
Man. Otherwise, yes, I would agree with you that pretty much everything Pixar does is flawless, and they've made probably some of the best kids movies in forever.
Yeah.
Over on Netflix, I finally finished Tribes of Europa. I spoke about that a little bit. I know.
You did.
You're laughing like I've been binging it. To be fair, it was only 6 episodes. So
that's it?
That was it. Yeah, they're an hour long, so 6 hours of hot German TV. And I liked it. It ends on a cliffhanger. So I'm really hoping that they get a sequel or a second season because it caught me. So like I told everybody last time, if you can give it 3 or 4 episodes, and kind of stick with it. The plot is super interesting. It's basically follows three siblings that end up on three different tribes, all kind of competing to get this like magic cube, and it's just really interesting and well done. And like I, whenever I watch sub stuff, it always kind of bugs me with the mouse moving out of like sequence.
You mean the dub?
Yeah, it's dubbed, or yeah, it's dubbed, but the German dub isn't quite as bad because the German language must be pretty close. I think they speak at same speed as opposed to like the Asian dubs where they talk a
Yeah.
lot faster. They're saying a lot
Yeah.
more words for every few words we say, so it looks a little strange. Or the English narrator has to go really fast and talk this the whole time, and everybody talks so excited and and you're like, oh my gosh, you're
What's going
freaking me
on?
out. Yeah. So no, I liked it. So I would recommend Tribes of Europa, and I really am hoping that we get a second season.
It reminds me when I was watching Kingdom, the Korean zombie season. And the first season is like 6 episodes. I'm like, who the hell releases 6 episode seasons, you know?
Maybe internationally they do that almost like a test run to make sure people are into it.
And I feel like, you know how like Netflix just buys these shows and like Netflix original, you know?
Yeah.
I wonder if like season 1 was like 12 episodes, but like, you know what? We're going to release only 6 and call it season 1, and then release the other 6 and call it season 2 to, you know, get that content out there.
Yeah, no, that'd be smart if that's what they're doing. I have no idea. I can't comment on that. I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm just like 6 episodes is not a season, dude. Like,
yeah, 6 episodes is not nearly enough because what's funny is if you go back in time, a season was 24 episodes. Yeah. And it wasn't that long ago. You have to go back to find a 24. That was the standard episode season.
Like my favorite show, Supernatural.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, like when the streamers really started get going, they're like, nah, man, you get 12. Then they're like, nah, fam, you get 10. Now they're like 8. 8's it. So all of a sudden now we're seeing 6. Like, oh no. Are they gonna be like 2 episodes and call it a season? I mean, what's happening?
Yeah, because I was surprised when WandaVision was 9. I'm like, it's not 8? You know, because I'm so used to 8 now. Everybody's doing 8 episodes. Like,
I know, it's such a random number. I feel like WandaVision from the beginning just wanted to trick us consistently.
Yeah. I think for me, one season is at least 12 episodes.
Yeah, I think one season should at least be 12 episodes because that's still, like I said, half of what, you know, old school TV used to be.
Yeah, because like 12, some shows give you fillers, but, you know, people will still watch it because it's you know, a whole season.
Yeah, but I've seen some of these short season shows and they still give you fillers. And you're like, why are you giving me a filler episode if you've only got 10 episodes to tell a story or only have 8 episodes to tell a story? You shouldn't be filling anything. It should be all good content. That would be the only way to make it good. If you're going to say, I'm only going to give you 8 episodes, but all 8 episodes are going to be magnificent, then like, yeah, okay, I'm down.
Yeah, like Stupid Warrior Nun, man. Come on.
Yeah, they had all sorts of filler episodes.
Yeah, it's all filler.
It's just poor writing, I guess. Over on Amazon Prime, I've kind of mixed in some of my tasty trailers with our healthy stream today because I have a ton of trailers this time versus like shows because there hasn't been anything on really. But Amazon has a new movie coming out starring Michael B. Jordan. Not Michael Jordan, not like Mike himself, not number 23, but Michael B. Jordan, called Without Remorse. And it looks kind of like your typical revenge kind of show, almost like a John Wick type show. He's like, oh, you killed my wife and you killed my family and now I'm going to kill you. And he kind of comes back from the dead to kick some ass. What did you think of Without Remorse, the trailer?
I feel like it's going to be one of those like Extraction movie, like with Thor and
Chris Hemsworth. And
yeah.
I'm hoping that it'll be something different because it's not, well, those 2 movies that you're referencing are Netflix movies. And I'm hoping because this is an Amazon movie, maybe it'll be a little bit better. But I feel like you're completely right because it almost seems like it's going to be like, we got Michael B. Jordan and we have action. You're going to like it kind of a movie.
Yeah. Because did you ever watch Jag? The one with the Jim.
Oh, Jack Ryan.
Yeah, did you ever watch that?
Nope, I've heard it's good. I've never watched it, but I've heard it's good.
I watched season 1 of it. I haven't watched season 2, but it was good, and it gave me like kind of like that vibe to where, but then with more action.
Is there a lot of action in Jack Ryan, or is there a lot of talking?
There's both.
a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
But you can buy Jim from The Office as an action star.
Yeah, man. He's a BA now. I think he got buffed for that role.
Nice. I've been looking for shows. I should probably just give it a try, watch it, because I've never seen it. And there's a few seasons of that now, right?
Yeah. And then the movie you're talking about, I'll probably watch it because it looks like it's action packed.
Yeah, it comes out April 30th. So everybody wants to watch an action-packed kind of John Wicky style movie. Michael B. Jordan looks like there's one scene where he's like going after the bad guy, and they kind of cut to like what his former general or something, because he's like an army dude. The general's like, sometimes you gotta go out of the box to get stuff done. And then the next scene they cut to Michael B. Jordan like just pouring gasoline on like a car wreck and then lighting it on fire and then getting in the car with the guy and he's like, tell me what you know. It's like, oh my gosh.
He's stuck, man. He had no choice.
Yeah.
BA, dude.
Where else is he gonna go? Over on HBO Max, I've been watching Close Enough. We talked about how Close Enough was coming out, and it's the one made by the regular show guy. And it's just as good as last season. So if you liked season 1, you'll definitely like season 2. And they still do the same thing where it's a half hour, but it's broken into 2 15-minute episodes almost per half hour.
Right.
And the first few I think I've seen like 3 half-hour episodes, so like 6 of the little mini episodes. And they're so funny. Like they've been just absolutely killing me. I won't give anything away so everybody can watch and enjoy it. But they've had one that was based off of Scarface. It was really funny where the daughter is selling hot sauce at school and they call it Sauce Face. They had one, I'm trying to remember, they had one where the wife's old college friend comes in and she gets impregnated by the devil, which is, I mean, they always start off very like, this is the story, and then it just goes haywire right away.
Right.
They had one where the Rafi character gets a new phone and he goes full Jexy. You remember? Do you ever see that movie Jexy?
Oh, with the Adam.
Adam
Levine.
Levine. Wait, Divine? No, Divine.
Divine.
Levine's the singer.
Oh.
Yeah, whatever. The funny Adam from Workaholics.
Workaholics Adam.
Yeah. So they have basically that plot where the phone's like takes over, and that's actually really funny too. And there's one scene where he gets totally plugged into this phone and his friends are trying to help him escape from it. And they're like, you gotta jack into it so that you can, because they're talking about plugging in it, but they keep saying jacking into it. So he's like trying to get the USB in. He's like, okay, I'm jacked in. Now you guys have to help us jack off. And then finally, like they just run that joke into the ground and they finally break loose of all this noise. Like, oh my God, we all jacked off together. It was amazing. And so it's that kind of humor. So if you enjoy hilarious jacking off jokes, Close Enough is for you.
I enjoyed season 1. I'll have to watch this one.
Yeah, no, I think you'll like it. It's I've been cracking up. It's pretty funny. Tasty trailers. Let's get into the tasty trailers. So there's a big one coming out. I think we may have talked about the fact that it was coming way long ago, maybe even last season of our podcast, but it's finally almost here, called Shadow and Bone. This show, I don't know what Rin feels, but to me, I'm really excited about this. It's based on a best-selling novel. The acting, the effects all look super cool. And they've talked about from the longest time that this is supposed to be their, like The Witcher is, this is supposed to be kind of their Game of Thrones style show. And it looks pretty dope. Let me read the quick brief of what it's about before we give our opinions on the trailer. But it's a periodic expeditions sent across the sea to transport goods and bring back imports are often plagued by these monsters called the Volcra that inhabit the unsea. So as they're going across, doing their crossing, a Volcra attacks, and while saving her friend, the girl on the boat realizes she has an extraordinary power, and she like blasts all these like night monsters out of like the sky. And apparently these people are called where is it? Called Grishas. And the Grishas all have like random talents. So that's something they don't show in the trailer, but I read about it. So the Grishas all like are born with different talents, but they don't always know what it is.
Oh, so hers is the light?
Yeah, so her Grecian talent is whatever that light beam is that seems to kill the monsters. It says, yeah, the Grisha are people who have the ability to manipulate the elements. Oh, they're like Avatar. They use it as weapons. Examples.
Oh, yeah.
Some can call fire. Some can summon wind. and then it says the main character can summon light, and that's her Grisha power.
Oh, okay. That's why you see that in the trailer. That's why when I was watching, like, whoa, this is like Avatar.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's exactly like Avatar. So this is actually like I said, it was based off a bestseller, but it's a fairly new bestseller. I don't have it written down, but I'm pretty sure that I read that the lady wrote this book in like 2007. So it's fairly new. It's not like some old Tolkien book from way back when. And I don't know. I think it looks awesome. I don't know if you have a different opinion, or what did you think about the Shadow and Bone trailer?
I think after I watched it, I'm like, you know what? I'm really intrigued by this trailer.
I think what I liked about it, especially once I did a little research, is it's part of the Grisha novels or the Grisha trilogy, whatever they call it. And Shadow and Bone's only the first series of books. There's a whole bunch more already written. So the content is good. It already exists. So if the show's
Okay.
any good, it'll have a path to go, kind of like the
Right.
Game of Thrones books.
Right. And all the books done.
I think so. I don't know for
Hopefully
sure.
they're done.
Yeah, that I don't know for sure. Did you notice though that the main male character that they showed in the trailer was the guy from was it Punisher, the show he was on?
Yeah, he's a Prince Caspian.
Oh, he's Prince Caspian too. I recognized him from Punisher because he was like Billy, right?
Jigsaw.
Billy Russo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the actor's name is Ben Barnes. And so to me, he was the biggest star that I noticed because I didn't really know any of the rest of them, even though the main actress was pretty cute. So I was like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah, I like Prince Caspian as an actor, so I'm gonna give this a go. Plus,
Yeah.
this special effects look really good. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh.
it looks expensive.
And they got like demons in there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, monsters and magic. It's kind of like right up my alley. So I'm hoping that it's the same quality as The Witcher because I thought The Witcher was a great show. And so I'm really looking forward to Shadow and Bone. Shadow and Bone debuts on Netflix on April 23rd.
So is it called Shadow Bone because this is going to introduce Prince Caspian and the Grisha lady, the light lady? He's at the very end. He's like, watch this. He does all this little, becomes dark and there's like shadows growing.
Well, it
and
almost looks like when they
went.
Yeah, I don't know what the bone part references, but I feel like the shadow is like you see it in the trailer, like when they're going across the unsea and they go into what clearly looks like a giant, like dark black cloud full of monsters. I think that's the shadow, and she's the light. She's literally the light to the shadow. And part of the thing I read about the author, she said she wanted to bring basically anxiety to her life. She goes, what if the things you were worried about, the things that scare you, the anxiety, things like that were a real physical thing? And that's kind of what the shadow is in this case.
Yeah. So, yeah, interested to see.
Yeah, for sure. Over on Hulu, they put out a bigger trailer of MODOK. We've talked about MODOK here and there. And and I think it looks hilarious. I'm so down for MODOK. I feel like they keep pushing it back though. Like they've been giving us teaser trailers for quite a while now, but it looks so funny to me.
You know what MODOK stands for? Yeah, it's pretty funny, dude. I enjoy that little clip.
Yeah, so anybody who hasn't seen the MODOK trailer, you need to watch it. Basically, MODOK is like a floating head that's like super villain, and he's voiced by Patton Oswald. Yeah, and it's a comedy. It's like a rated R comedy. I'm not sure if they're it's a Marvel thing, but I'm not sure if they're considering it part of the MCU or not.
It looks like the show on Hulu too, the one with the knights. What was that one called?
Yeah. It does look like that one. The one with the what was that show called? That was a good show too.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Kingdom? No.
I don't remember. But yes. Yeah,
the animation style, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's almost like it's computer animated, but also looks almost like stop motion with like clay or something.
Yeah. Claymation.
Yeah, clay motion. Ooh, maybe that's a thing.
And claymation. That is a thing.
No, but claymation is real clay. I'm saying if you took computer animation and made it look like claymation. Right.
Motion.
Damn it, I've already confused myself. Clay motion. See, I'm wearing my drug smoking panda shirt today. Dude. Yeah, he's like doing like all sorts of like psychedelics, and so my brain is just inheriting that, I think, a little bit.
I mean, it is legal in Oregon.
Shrooms, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot. I totally forgot that was a thing that you could do. So no, I am not on shrooms, just in case anybody's wondering. I'm just easily confused. My next trailer is kind of off the wall, but and it's definitely made for younger kids. Maybe I would say teens, preteens, probably, or maybe older kids that enjoy a darker sense of humor. But The Barbarian and the Troll. It's a Nickelodeon show that looks straight up like Jim Henson Muppets to me, but it has like the only reason I shared it because normally I wouldn't share what's clearly a kid's show is it was funny. I'm totally gonna watch it because the trailer was cracking me up. Like the jokes are really legitimately funny. While they may not be as filthy as some of the other things we like Modoc's gonna be. The Barbarian and the Troll to me just looks funny.
We have puppets. And it's a puppet show within a puppet show.
Yeah, because like, what do you mean puppets? Like, oh, puppets. No, it looks good. What'd you think?
When you send me the list of trailers to watch, I'm like,
Yeah,
oh yeah, Xena Warrior Princess, let's go. And I
you're
looked it
like,
up.
what
Like,
is this gonna
what
be?
is this? Muppets?
It was good though. Like, so the main voice is Spencer Grammer, and so here's some hot fun facts about Spencer Grammer. She's the voice of Summer on Rick and Morty. So if
Oh,
you recognize the voice, the main
that's probably why. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So the main barbarian, by the way, for those listening, is a female in this case, and she rolls around with this little like trolley guy that's like the jokester, and she's trying to get through her like whatever barbarian tasks she's trying to do. And yeah, it's voiced by Spencer Grammer, the one that does Summer. And by the way, I don't know if anybody's ever Googled what Spencer Grammer looks like, but she is way too hot to be a voice actress. Because normally, yeah,
This is
normally,
for research purposes only.
yeah, research purposes only. Ren's gonna look right now. Everybody else should take a moment and look as well because Spencer Grammer is a pretty lady, and I was like, holy smokes. Second fun fact: if you recognize the word or the name Grammer, last episode we were talking about Frasier coming back with Kelsey Grammer.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's her dad. So she is the daughter of Kelsey Grammer and probably some supermodel because you know how these guys are. But yeah, I'm like, holy smokes, Spencer Grammer, good on you. So she's made a living though being a voice actress, even though she's a cutie.
That's all she is.
Yeah, that's it's if you look at her IMDb,
Yeah.
she's done a few like small movies here and there, but all of her big parts have come from animation, things like that. So she's done a ton of voice work.
It says her best known is Summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, because the first time I ever saw her was watching like a panel at like Comic-Con on the YouTubes, and you start seeing these fools and they look exactly like you think they would look. You're like okay. Then all of a sudden I'm like, who's that? Why is she there? I'm like, oh my gosh, she's one of the voices, and they do pretty good because they have Sarah Chalke as the other voice of the mom. And she's a hot too, but she's a real actress. We actually see her like on was it How I Met Your Mother? She was the girlfriend for a while, and she always plays like the love interest in a lot of sitcoms.
Oh yeah.
In fact, I think she has a new show on Netflix that isn't made for our audience. It's like a romantic type dating type show.
It's made for my wife. She binged the whole thing.
What's it called? Do you remember what it's called?
It's called Firefly Lane.
Yes. Yeah. So if you're into Sarah Chalke, she does have a new show on Netflix.
Yeah, because she was watching it. I'm like, hey, that's Ted Mosby's girlfriend.
Yeah.
She's like, no, it's not. She's too old. I was like, dude, that's her.
You want to go way back? Here's another fun fact since we're just throwing out fun facts. Sarah Chalke was the replacement of the oldest daughter on Roseanne. So when Roseanne, the TV show, was on the first time, way back in the early 90s, they replaced the original daughter quit, the blonde haired, and they brought in Sarah Chalke, and they just played along like she was the same actress.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they totally did a Darren from Bewitched type switch with her.
I don't know why they don't do that more often. Like, just it is what it is, man.
Yeah, because the fans will get like irritated for a minute, and then we all get over it. In fact, I thought she was a better actress than the original actress because they brought back the original actress in the new version of The Connors.
Oh yeah,
so, yeah. She's like, oh, whatever. I mean, I miss Sarah Chalke. She was the one.
Damn. Fun fact.
My next trailer is more of a teaser than a trailer. It actually kind of reminded me of when they did that teaser for the Black Adam, where it was almost like comic book style, and they showed drawings and of the actors versus actually showing you anything about the movie.
Yeah.
But it's called Jupiter's Legacy, And Jupiter's legacy follows the story of the world's first superheroes who received their powers in the 1930s. In the present day, their revered elder guard, but their superpowered children struggle to live up to the legendary feats of their parents. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know much about this. I know it's based off of a comic by Image. Image is a comic company out of Portland, Oregon. It stars Josh Duhamel. Duhamel? Is that how you say his name?
I don't know. I always call him Josh Dumel.
Sure, let's go with that. Josh Duhamel.
Yeah.
So it stars Josh Duhamel, and it's going to be on Netflix, and it comes out on May 7th. Do you have any hot takes on Jupiter's Legacy? I mean, there wasn't a lot to take.
Yeah, I kind of like watched like a split second of their fan fest panel thingy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then Josh was kind of explaining his character and why he chose to do this, and he's kind of like, it's because it's a darker, more darker tone hero stuff too.
Right.
And his character is like, I've been doing superhero for like 100 years, and this is the outcome of it, So I'm kind of curious to see how he carries himself as a superhero teaching his kids, sort of thing. So
yeah, because he straight up looks like Zeus in a Superman outfit, and like how they have him kind of dressed up.
yeah, so I'm just curious to see what happens, and it looks like it's gonna be a good show.
It almost feels like it's Netflix The Boys. Like
Yeah.
an adult version. It's definitely not for kids. It doesn't maybe look like it's going to be as funny as The Boys can be, because The Boys has that real dark humor running through it. But yeah, I'll watch anything with a superhero in it. And our next trailer is going to test if you'll watch anything with a superhero in it. But this looks like something I would definitely give a shot to, and it's coming up here in just a couple months.
Oh yeah. For me, I'm just curious, like if you were like Superman, right, for 100 years, are you gonna still be, all about justice, be that goody two shoe that you are the whole time for the whole 100 years? Like,
Well,
sometimes you're just like, fuck it.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
You would think that if you were the one virtuous person that could save everybody, but yet they just keep screwing up, and you have to keep saving everybody, you eventually be like, you know what? Yeah, screw these people. Why do I keep helping them?
Yeah, it's kind of like, showing that this is humanity, and why do I have to do this for humanity, sort of thing. So I think they're gonna touch upon that story and that like metaphor, and so I'm looking forward to see what's gonna happen.
I might go out and see if I can buy the graphic novel, because that's kind of my go-to recently, is buying graphic novels of these shows that haven't come out yet. Like I just bought the Paper Girls graphic novel the other day because it's coming out as a TV show, and I like to do that. So I'll look for it and see if it's on sale somewhere.
Nice.
My next trailer is going to be Ren's absolute favorite movie. I know this for sure. It's called Thunder Force. I mean, how excited were you when I sent you the title? I'm like, you want to see Thunder Force?
The title is dope. The music's dope, but it looks so stupid. The two actresses, man. I was like, oh my god,
so stupid. Hopefully it'll be funny, but it looks so stupid. So Thunder Force stars Melissa McCarthy and Octavia Spencer. It's almost like
combo, man.
It's like at a certain point you're like, have we seen maybe too much superhero stuff? But yeah, they Octavia from the trailer is some sort of scientist, and her kind of loser buddy, who is Melissa McCarthy, shows up to visit her one day, and Octavia is like, oh yeah, I'm creating all this cool superpower stuff, but don't touch any of it. And of course, Melissa, when she turns her back, starts messing around with it and inherits a superpower by accident, which I thought they said in the trailer was the last chunk of superhero dose, and it's inside of her. But clearly Octavia must have got some of it earlier, because she has a superpower too.
No, I think she got the last super strength.
Oh,
dose. Yeah.
So they've only made enough of like certain powers.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Octavia's power from the trailer is she can go straight up invisible woman and kind of like disappear and come back together. And yeah, Melissa McCarthy's superpower seems to be that she's super strong. And this is clearly a comedy. Yeah. And at one point she picks up a bus, and Octavia's like, don't throw that bus. And she ends up chucking the bus anyways for who knows what reason. And yeah, it's kind of like a slappy in the face comedy.
Yeah, it's so like Melissa McCarthy. This is the reason why I don't like her, because everything that she does
over the top
is over the top, and it's so forceful. Like, you're supposed to laugh. This is funny, I'm like, this is not funny. Like, I don't know. I just don't like the way she acts.
It feels like part of the joke with her sometimes is you're supposed to just laugh that she's the one doing it. Like, you should laugh, she's a spy. You should laugh, she's a this. You should laugh, she's that. So like in this case, you're supposed to be like, oh, we're supposed to laugh because these two overweight middle-aged women are superheroes.
Yeah, because there's one joke. She's like, "Oh, why do you stink? No, we can't wash these outfits."
It's kind of a funny joke. Yeah, I mean it doesn't look great, but I don't know. It comes out on April 9th on Netflix.
You could tell us how it is.
You know I'll watch it because I'll watch anything
superhero.
Yeah, eventually I'm gonna get burned out on it, and I'm not gonna want to watch anything superhero anymore. But I mean, for the time being, I don't know. I'll watch Melissa McCarthy strap on some, like, whatever it is they wear.
And it has that one dude, Jason. No.
Oh yeah, Jason Bateman. I almost forgot.
I'm like,
so
what the heck?
It's worth it just for that. Jason Bateman's great, and I couldn't tell, is he wearing a costume too, or does he actually have like lobster hands?
I think he has lobster hands.
He's like, it'd be worth it just for Jason Bateman. As you saw, also it has Melissa McCarthy's real life husband, who's in all of our movies. He probably directed it. It seems like that's kind of their go-to.
He's like the main villain, right?
It looks like it. I don't know, but yeah, I'm hoping there's gonna be some other, like, maybe surprise, funny actors involved that we didn't see coming. Maybe Chris Delilah's in there, and he's the main villain.
They kill him off.
Yeah, last episode we were trying to remember his name, and we could not do it because he was the one that got erased from the Army of the Dead movie and replaced with Tig Notaro. And so we're like, God, I was like, he's the gross guy that does this and that. And then literally right after the episode, it started trending again that he's getting even more trouble for like child pornography or something disgusting like that. Yeah. It's like, what is wrong with this guy?
I mean, he plays the part to a T, man.
Talk about being typecast.
He's like method acting. Dude, that's so gross.
It's gross. It's really gross. So I'm not even gonna try to stick up for him. So yeah. Let's take a quick break, and on the flip side of the break, we're gonna come back with our new jacuzzi. So we'll see you guys all on the flippity flip. Need affordable graphic design? VisualAntiDesign.com should be your first stop. High quality work at low prices. Perfect for every need, from corporate to personal. Visit VisualAntiDesign.com now and request your free quote. And for a limited time, mention Audionots for 10% off your first project. And we're back. Welcome back, everybody. This is the beginning of the news jacuzzi. So my first story, actually all three of my stories this week, are almost kind of like if News Jacuzzi and The Future Is Now decide to get together and have a nice futuristic baby. So this first story is pretty amazing. It is the most Future Is Now story ever.
It basically got like the hot tub time machine and like just give us news.
Yeah, it's just all news from the future. So I hope everybody's ready. We're living it. The world's first space hotel is scheduled to open. You want to try to guess? When do you think the world's first space hotel will open?
2034.
Yeah, that seems like that's pretty soon, even 2034. 2027. I don't know, last time I checked, that's only 6 years from now.
That's great. Damn. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? And so they have a schematic of what it's supposed to look like. It looks like a lot of the movies you've seen. It's almost like I would compare it to a bicycle tire. You ever see like a bike tire on like a BMX bike, where you got the tire and then you've got like the 4 fat spokes that go in between it? That's what it looks like. And it's just kind of like spinning like a wheel up in space.
So is it going to be like orbiting the Earth like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So they've already started building it on Earth. And at a certain point during the construction, they're going to move it out into space and continue building it until it's ready for tourism. It says, if you're daydreaming of future travels while stuck at home during the pandemic, why fantasize about the beaches of Bali or the canals of Venice when you can be vacationing in space? Back in 2019, California company, the Gateway Foundation, we should look them up on our stock market. The Gateway Foundation released plans for a cruise ship style hotel that would one day float above Earth's atmosphere. Then at the time was called Von Braun Station. The futuristic concept comprised of 24 modules connected by elevator shafts that make up a rotating wheel that orbits the Earth, was scheduled to be fully operational by 2027. Fast forward a couple of years, and the hotel has a new name. It's called the Voyager Station. Star Trek, I think you need to call them up and I think they stole your name. And it's said to be built at by Orbital Assembly Corporation. That's funny that there's a construction company just for space stations now. A new construction company run by former pilot John Blinkow, who also heads up the Gateway Foundation. In a recent interview with CNN Travel, Blinkow explained that there had been some COVID-related delays, but construction on the space station hotel is expected to begin in 2026 and sojourn in space by 2027. We're trying to make the public realize that the golden age of space travel is just around the corner. It's coming, and it's coming fast, he says. Would you do this?
No.
No?
Man, every time I see like Elon Musk like send a rocket, it's freaking exploding, man.
Well, I mean, he's got 6 years to figure it out. Well, honestly, Elon just sent a rocket up. It flew up perfectly. It came down. It landed perfectly. He was so impressed with himself, and then it exploded. So, I mean, there is that. I mean, the explosive part of it's probably not great, but maybe they'll have it figured out by then. I don't know.
We'll see.
I'm trying to like fast forward through the story to see. Oh, here we go. What do you think that it costs? So let's say you change your mind in 6 years and you're like, you know what? They figured this out. I'm okay with it. How much money are you willing to pay to go stay a weekend at the Virgin Galactic?
I'm not gonna guess because I'm not gonna do it. But if I was gonna do it, it's gonna be $499.
$499?
Yeah, per person.
It's going to be $250,000 per person to start.
What?
Yeah,
I'm way out of range.
$250,000 per person per trip. Wow. So this is only for like the mega rich athletes, superstars. So
Yeah,
I mean,
they're trying to find a way to kill off the rich, man.
I mean, this is sure enough to so just blowing the hell. Like, how sad will you be in 6 years if like your favorite sports guy, whatever, basketball player, football player, you're like, God, this guy's right in his prime. We're about to win the championship, and homie decides to go take a trip to the space hotel. Just like burst into flames.
It's like a all-star weekend. I get to take a break.
Oh my gosh, crazy.
The Earth is flat, and I want to see for myself.
Yeah, I know. So my next story is also futuristic, and this one is not coming soon. It's here. It's ready to go. Wow. So have you ever wondered if you've consumed enough Gatorade?
Yes, all the time.
Yeah, well, that's good because I've got the solution for you. Gatorade has created a wearable patch that tells you how much Gatorade you need to drink. So now I know you're thinking, well, that sounds dumb. But if you thought wearable devices were limited to just smartwatches and AR glasses, well, that's just the tip of the iceberg. You can now wear a Gatorade patch, much like any smart sticker, that can let you tell if you're properly staying hydrated. So this is going to be for athletes. Developed by the startup company called Epicor Biosystems. There's another one you can look up. Working with PepsiCo, Gatorade subsidiary, the new GX Sweat Patch. That's a gross name. Is designed to be stuck to the inner left arm of the athlete during a workout. An accompanying app generates a sweat profile and lets you know how much you need to drink to replenish your hydration. Well, doesn't our mind tell us when we're thirsty? You're thirsty, bro. You need to drink some more. The patch is cool as hell, though. I'd wear one just so I look like a badass. It looks, I'm trying to think of what it looks like. It looks like one of those, you ever seen those antennas that are flat that you stick to your window so you can get like basic reception,
Oh, for your TV?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
that's what it looks like. So it's like kind of a weird shape. I don't know. It's the size of maybe a credit card, and it's got like these little lines that go through it. And so it must just read. It's probably similar to the technology they're using for diabetes and things like that now. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to see if it says how much this is going to be.
So are you telling me to invest in Pepsi?
Yeah, I mean,
since Pepsi owns Gatorade, right?
Pepsi does own Gatorade, or you could like I said, you can invest in the company that's working with them, Epicor Biosystems. But yeah, it doesn't say how much it's going to be. But I would imagine that it's probably not cheap, but it shouldn't be crazy expensive because of the big names that's associated with.
So two of your three stories from the future is for rich people.
Yes, and athletes probably.
Yeah, mostly.
Well, the best part is my third and last story also will probably only be affecting the wealthy right away, but it's going to affect all of us and we're all going to be pissed off about it. So I think that we've started to realize that we've moved into a subscription model society. Like
Yeah.
everything we do is based on a subscription model.
Remember that one time we went to this trade show? We got to the wrong trade show and there's like a subscription trade show.
That's right.
Damn.
Yeah, that's all it was. It was an entire trade show based solely on the subscription model. And now it makes so much sense because like you try to think about like, well, yeah, this makes sense as a subscription. This makes sense as a subscription, but they've figured out how to make everything a subscription. Like anything you do on the internet's a subscription now. We're graphic designers, at vigilantedesign.com. And we use the Adobe suite. Used to be able, you'd buy the box of software and you'd use it. And then when a new box of software would come out, you'd get the disk, you'd set it up. Now we pay a subscription fee and we get, monthly updates. When we watch TV, we pay a subscription fee.
Yeah.
Phones are subscription fees. Everything's a subscription fee.
Yeah, I remember walking to that trade show like, this is dumb. Who would pay for this, Little did we knew that we walked into the future, dude.
Yeah, like, little did we know. So it turns out that Tesla and other car makers want you to pay monthly subscriptions for their features. So the Tesla's actually already started this, and they're all starting to do it. Oh, yeah, but as an example, Tesla is giving customers looking for self-driving abilities some options. Now you can pay $10,000 in full for your car to drive it down the street and onto the highway with you still paying attention to the wheel. Or you could pay a subscription, installments of a monthly subscription for the same hands-free automated driving features. So Tesla's saying, hey, we got this car that you can just drive like a normal person. Or if you want to be a super cool Tesla guy, you're going to have to pay a monthly fee now to be able to drive it hands-free. Tesla CEO Elon Musk first assured Tesla drivers late last year about the forthcoming option to subscribe to the Autopilot advanced driving feature. Full self-drive mode known as FSD. An FSD subscription on the EVs will open up access to drivers who haven't paid the steep $10,000 one-time fee. So you have a choice. You can pay 10 grand right when you buy the car for the self-driving feature, or you can pay what sounds to be about $100 a month add-on so that you can have the self-driving car. While subscriptions or offer is taking longer than Musk originally anticipated, he tweeted on Monday that it's supposed to be available on Tesla owners in the next few months. Currently, only a select group of beta users have access to FSD, so subscriptions will be on a first-time option for the new Tesla owners. Other car makers are also offering enhanced, more connected driving experiences for a monthly fee. They were often free at first, like all good subscriptions, but eventually drivers had to pay a subscription to continue receiving the premium driving, including some self-driving, entertainment features. A lot of them are connecting their cars to the interwebs, and you had to pay extra for that. Tesla already has one subscription model for free connectivity, but they've switched it to charging $9.99 a month for premium connectivity, which gives you access to traffic reports, games, music streaming, and other internet-enabled tools. The standard connectivity package is still free, but includes the basic maps and navigation. GMC is moving towards something called Super Cruise, which is going to be a subscription fee. I mean, all these EVs. So you're Mr. Excited investing all your money in EVs. That's just gonna be part of it. Is they're building up subscription fees. So now driving a car is gonna cost you more than you think.
Yeah, man. That's why you should invest in EV now to try to get the money to buy your next, Tesla or GM or Lucid or whatever
it might be, or the Volkswagen ID4, which is another one that says here the Volkswagen's newest EV is called the ID4, and yeah, you will be paying a subscription fee for all of its connected features. And so yeah, it's clearly the model that they're all moving forward with. They all feel like they can get away with it on the electric vehicles. So yeah, I mean, fun news, huh?
I mean, like when I was buying my car, which is
Yeah.
2016, it was
Sure.
fairly new, right? And they're like, this is how much it is. But when you actually go buy, they're like, oh, what about this? What about this? And one of the things they talked about was like, you can't fix it by yourself because there's a lot of computer involved now.
Yeah.
You can't do it like at home anymore. You need to take it in. You need to take it into us so we can do it. We can upgrade it. We can fix it. And this is just like the next step.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, we've been moving towards this for a while. I mean, in theory, you're already paying a subscription when you buy a car because you pay a monthly fee.
Yeah.
But eventually you own it. That's the difference. These other parts of it, you may eventually own the car or the truck or whatever it might be, but you won't ever own the stuff, the connectivity, the things it does. You will never own that auto driving feature. You'll never own all the cool connectivity it does. You always have to pay for the rest of your life, this subscription fee.
Because I'm invested in the Neo, the Chinese one,
Yeah.
and I think they have a subscription for their batteries too.
What does that mean? So like
Yeah,
you have to like subscribe and then they send you new batteries when yours started to run its life.
I think it's kind of like tiers, right? Where this is the best battery. You want to pay this much?
Oh, like if you want more oomph, if you want to be
Yeah,
able to like race the guy next to you at the light, you're gonna need to subscribe to the better battery.
yeah, something like that. And I also heard that like Elon Musk's truck, he's gonna have a different versions too. Like one's gonna have 3 motors, one's gonna have two, one's gonna have one, and they're all gonna be different price range, and they have their own features. Like this one travels faster because it has more battery or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, longer distances, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
well, that makes sense. Like, yeah, everything in our lives are we gonna become a subscription. And what gets you, the average person, is they look at it like, oh man, $9. That's not a big deal. I can pay $9.99 a month. That's not a thing at all. Like I know for me, because we talk about TV and movies a lot. I
yeah.
have a lot of subscriptions, and I was so excited to get rid of my cable, to get rid of my satellite, so I could do all a carton. Like, oh yeah, $4.99, $9.99, $29.99. Next thing you know, it's more than it used to be because you subscribe to so many things, and you lose the ability to know how much you're really paying. And next thing you know, you've got subscriptions that you don't even remember you have, and you're still paying it every month because it's just being auto charged to your bank account. And it's like it'll get you.
Yeah, you understand that, when you're doing a la carte, you're thinking about yourself only, right? You're like, I want to watch this, I want to watch this. You forget about your wife. Your wife wants to watch this show on this channel, on this station. It's like, damn, we gotta get another a la carte over here. It's
And the subscription model works so well because it feeds your instant gratification needs. Like they said there, if you want the autopilot on the Tesla, 10 grand, and like, oh, I'll do without it. 10 grand's a lot of money. Oh man, what if you only had to pay $99? Oh, $99, that's not very much for the rest of your life. I mean,
yeah.
it takes forever to even pay for it. It's just insane.
Well, that's like, because we're in marketing, and one of the easiest way to market is money wise, like this is gonna
Mhm.
cost you less, but you don't tell them that, but then it's gonna for like 30 years you got to pay this.
Yeah, in reality, it costs you more, but it's a little bit less each time. So you're okay with it. It's the Aaron's Rent-A-Center model.
Yeah.
You pay 10 times as much for that couch, but hey, you only have to pay $10 a month for the rest of your life.
Who the hell goes there, man? I swear.
Somebody must go there. I mean, they're still in business.
I don't know. Like, do you need to go rent something to impress your buddies, or I don't really get the model. Like,
I think there's two types of people. I think you have the people that have to do it out of necessity because they just can't afford it. And then I think you have the people that just want something because they rent everything from big screen TVs to video game systems. And those aren't necessities, but they want it. And they couldn't afford to go to the store and buy it. But now, I mean, $10, that's only like fast food on the weekend. No big deal. And so, yeah, that's how it works.
they should do like rent to own.
Well, a lot of them have rent to own, but you're still paying 10 times as much. If you just went and bought it, it's way cheaper.
But then a lot of people don't think that way. They think, oh, now $10, okay, I could afford that. But do you say it's like $300? That's too much. I can't do
Yeah,
that. Certainly.
exactly right. And so the best part is when we turn Audionots into a subscription model, we'll be fair to you guys. We won't be mean like everybody else.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's all I have. That's all the stories. That's the works. Do you have anything you want to add before we wrap this bad boy up?
We're almost to the end of season 2, so I'm
Oh,
yeah. Pretty
Do we have like a
excited.
big finale idea? We should. How many more episodes till end of season 2?
2 more.
2 more episodes.
That's
Holy
it.
smokes! Yeah, we've been cranking along this year.
I know.
We need to think of something cool, something we haven't done. I'm still waiting for people to send us mailbag stuff, so don't forget. We're open to any kind of questions or ideas you might have.
All right, I need to repost that.
Yeah, me too. So with that, we shall bid you all adieu. This is a nice tight episode, right on time, and we'll see you guys on the flippity flip. Bye.
Show me what you got.